Hello everyone, I'm Edward Che, and today I will be presenting Wonder. So first is the table of contents, which is basically what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about the author, I'm gonna introduce the main characters, and then I'm gonna talk about the plot, and finish with why I chose this book, and one sentence I want to share. Now, I'm gonna introduce you the author, who is R.J. Palacio. Very hard name. His birth date is July 13th, 1963, and was born in New York City between a bunch of Colombian immigrants. And she started her writing career as, interesting job, an illustrator, and published Wonder in 2012. It tells about acceptance, empathy, and compassion. She wrote special companion books to Wonder too, like 365 Days of Wonder, Augie and Me, We're All Wonders. Yeah. You'll probably notice that wonder is probably a very special word to her. Like, it's a very special word to me. I wonder why, I wonder how. Anyways, yeah. So next is the main characters, which is gonna take a while because it's basically 6 R.J. Palacio's with different personalities. So the first is August, the most very important person, who is a 5th grader with facial issues that I will not explain. And his parents decide to send him to middle school, which is a very weird choice. And he is a big fan of Star Wars, like me, which explains a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Anyways, next is Via, who is August's high school sister, and is very understanding. But she's got one thing that she cannot understand, which is people teasing and staring at August, which is the one thing she can't understand. And I cannot understand that. Actually, I kind of can. Yeah. Anyways, and Charlotte is the next person, and unlike other Charlottes, her name is spelled Charlot, not Charlott. Yeah, so she's a very special Charlotte. Anyways, she's August's friend and shares the same class and loves drama and is quite friendly but freaked out. Yeah. Next one is Jackwell. Yes, his name is not Jack Well. His name is Jackwell. Jackwell something. So it's not name is Jack and surname is Well. It's name is Jackwell and surname is I don't know. So is August best friend. Like August has a lot of best friends. And is kind but easily affected. Hates Julian teasing him because he does, of course. Yeah. And next is Julian, as you've expected, who is very mean. Mean alert. Julian is very mean, okay? He starts being unkind to August. Oh my gosh, look at his eyes. He looks mean. Anyways, and convinces the whole class to stop being Jack's friend for no reason whatsoever. Well, for one reason, it's probably because Jack punches Julian in the face. Well, like, in your face, bro. Anyways, and next is Summer, who is another one of August's best friends. and does not think it's enough to be friendly. So she decides to be a friend. And she's like, I know, there's this facially deformed kid that's sitting all by himself and he looks lonely, so I'm gonna go up to him and be his friend. And they become friends. Anyways, the next is, as you've guessed, the plot. Like, I have a normal way of doing stuff and everyone can know it. And everybody knows. Okay, anyways, the first chapter is August, which tells the story from August's point of view. So he goes to a new school and he makes some friends. As I said, Jackwell and Summer and yeah. Anyways, and Halloween Trouble. You'll probably remember me saying that Jackwell is very easily affected. And in this case, he got affected by Julian and talks behind August's back, even if he didn't mean to. Next is Via, who has a school play and finds Kristen in the school play, and she has to act falling in love with Tristan, and then she actually does. She actually does fall in love with Tristan. And then her other girlfriends start ditching her. And then she's like, what the what? Anyways, next is Summer, which tells the story from Summer's point of view, as you've guessed. And so she meets August, and she does do the Halloween Troubles thing, but it's not a very big hit to her, like it was a big hit to August. She's like, oh look, Jack was talking behind August's back, even though he's August's friends. That's not nice. Yeah, and that's basically it. And then it's back to normal. Not really, because Jackwell ends up punching her Julian in the face. And then Julian invites everyone, including Summer, to a gigantic party and tries to convince everyone to start ditching Jackwell. So it's back to normal, but not really. Anyways, after that, it's Jackwell, and as you guessed, it's the story from Jackwell's point of view. And he meets August, and he punches Julian in the face, as you might have guessed. And then apparently the principal says start fresh, but that's not true. They don't start fresh, because remember in chapter Summer when Julian tells everyone to start ditching Jackwell, so it is back to normal, but not really. Anyways, the story moves back to August, where they do camp, and in camp, a bunch of very mean high schoolers start attacking August, and then August ends up getting a standing ovation. And that's basically the end. So bye. Just joking. I'm not saying bye. I gotta tell you why I chose this book, which is the story of a facially deformed child, and I want to discuss how we would act if we were August/August friends. And my personal opinion is that we should treat him like we treat everyone else. And last, one sentence I want to share. August says everyone should get a standing ovation at least once in their lives, because we've all overcome the world. And my one line after reading this book is that we're all different and we should understand it. Bye!